People, my people, it's your girl, Dr. 𝐿𝐒𝐿e, after a very long stint off of YouTube. I hope you will enjoy this perfume tray explanation and breakdown. I'm not going to take too long because I want to get through several fragrances, but I wanted to share with you what I have been doing to try to pull through my collection so I can really get to experience all the different fragrances that I have. The one piece I will say, as I've been going through this fragrance journey since 2000, that I am starting to slow down just a little bit because I find that curating your collection is most important, and taking a little bit more time to do research and really study notes if you're going to blind buy is most important. But I've also tapped into purchasing the small mini discovery sets before going into a purchase and committing to a fragrance. I find that route to be a lot better, and it helps to slow down the process of buying. But there have been some bangers that I'm going to talk about in another video that really probably negate everything that I just said. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into what I have. So this perfume tray that I've been utilizing probably for the past 4 weeks, I want to talk about 𝐕𝐃 Deep in Desire Yacht Collection. This particular fragrance is absolutely amazing. It's a blueberry gourmand. The sillage is captivating, long-lasting, and you will turn heads and get compliments with this fragrance. It's amazing. You must go on IG and get in contact with 𝐕𝐃, and they will send you the information to order because they are only exclusively in high-end hotels, and they ship directly to you. You will get your fragrance within 24 to 48 hours. It is a $300+ price point for this fragrance, but it is simply amazing. I started out by purchasing a smaller sample size off of Mercari, and then I was hooked on the fragrance and had to get this fragrance. Now, what I will say about certain niche perfumes that are not duped a lot in the market, I purchased this particular bottle from eBay, and then when I purchased the vanilla fragrance they had, I bought it directly from 𝐕𝐃. So I have personally gone through the IG ordering process, and it was amazing and smooth. But this particular beauty I found on eBay, and it wound up being a win-win simply because this is so niche and exclusive and hard to get your hands on. I was not concerned about getting something that was fake. I wouldn't do this with mass-produced fragrances because you run the risk of getting something that is not authentic. 𝐕𝐃 Yacht in Desire, a blueberry gourmand that will literally stop time. I enjoy this. The next fragrance, Tiziana Terenzi, Haley, it never disappoints. This particular house is outstanding, and they do fruity, exotic florals. No, they really have cornered the market with their DNA and their the way the nose, the Terenzi nose basically captures fragrances, whether it's the brother or the sister that creates a fragrance. Haley or Haley, this particular, and I think it is Haley for like Halley's Comet, because this is a part of like the solar collection, if I'm saying that correctly. But this particular fragrance is very captivating. It's long lasting, fruity, floral, but definitely more elevated. If you like Herba Pura, you would love this fragrance, but it is on another tier, and so is the price point. Very enjoyable. The sillage is outstanding. You can wear this to work, but it definitely sings in the evening. And again, you can't be disappointed with Tiziana Terenzi, and if you love their DNA in their fragrances, you will love this. I did have Spirito Fiorentino that was comparable to Baccarat Rouge 540. I did wind up selling that one on my Mercari site about a year or more ago. But this particular fragrance, along with, I think the other fragrance I've purchased from them is Cassiopeia. That's another mouth-watering, fruity fragrance that's very clean that you can wear to work. So Cassiopeia, daytime, transition, nice, light, but this is a heavier fragrance that you can wear in the evening, and it is a showstopper. Halle Tiziana Terenzi. Now, as you can see by my shirt, I was playing around at Bond in the last month where my cousin came to visit during spring break. He's a principal, I'm a former principal. So in education, we need to treat ourselves because it is really doing the Lord's work. So shout out to every educator across the nation. I got educators in the room with me today helping me pull through this video. Y'all give a little shout in the background so they know what's good, what's going on.
Woo woo.
Okay, yes, there it is. Sorors in the house, Divine Nine activated. But I just have to say that Gold Coast Bond number 9 is the best fruity floral fragrance I have smelled from Bond. It is a freshie, and I don't lean to the freshie level. I like a deep incensey fragrance, but I wanted to expand my palette. I wanted to curate the collection so that I could really have things in the summer with a little diversity. And this does it. I can't say enough about this fragrance. Gold Coast is amazing. I believe it has a serious lychee note in it, but you're talking about a wonderful fruity fragrance. And even with my decant, the line is right here where I have been using this fragrance. And here I have my 10 ml roughly decant. It does not disappoint and it stays on the skin. It is fantastic. Get your nose on Gold Coast. You will not be disappointed. It is fantastic. I have to shout out my girl Anna at the Miami boutique. Please make sure you go see her if you're in Miami. Anna is top tier. She is amazing. She takes care of you. So I had to represent Bond number 9 today. I am a Bond girl, but Gold Coast will basically stop time. It's an amazing fresh fragrance. Also, staying in the Bond genre, this New York Flowers is also another showstopper. They have now purchased or gone to an availability where you can purchase this in a smaller size and in a gift set. So if you don't want to spend the price point of closer to the $300 plus $400, this one comes in a little bit less. And again, what I'm noticing when you have so many fragrances in your collection, having 100 or a 75 ml is not always mandatory, especially if you like to travel with your perfumes. Getting into travel sizes and getting into smaller sizes, especially if you have 50, 75, 100, 200 fragrances, there's nothing wrong with it because you're not going to clear through the bottle unless it's just something that you can't put down. So I get it, but I went with the smaller size just because with the Gold Coast, there was no way that was going to be in a smaller size because it's a newer release and it is amazing. But this one is a newer release as well this year, but I had to get it. And if it wasn't, it was at the end of 2023, maybe going into 2024. That's why it's a smaller bottle. But it is absolutely fantastic. The floral arrangement and the musk in this particular fragrance is outstanding, and it's definitely long lasting. I have not decanted this, but I'm very excited about having this in my collection. So I feel between the Gold Coast and the New York Flowers, I'm definitely representing in the spring and getting away from my traditional incensey oud, that's my vibe, the incense piece and strong beast mode fragrances with a musk. That's definitely my profile, but you want to diversify and have something a little different in the summer if you are so inclined. You can wear whatever you want, when you want, whatever season you want, but I wanted to do a little diversity in my collection, and I believe there should be diversity in life as well. Don't forget to read quality books so you can learn about yourself, your culture, and others. And yes, that was a plug. So going into another fragrance that I find outstanding. Now, Sharita M is like my nose guide in 𝐓𝐇𝐈�. Everything that she has suggested, even from the first Rosundo Mateo fragrance number 5 that she turned us on to maybe 2 years ago or more at this point, I have purchased several. I just gave away number 6 to my god sister, but I purchased number 8, Fruity Amber Exotic Musk. The pineapple in this sings. It's amazing. It's light, but yet captivating and heavy enough not to be overwhelming. But I'm going to mess up the game right now. If my good sis and Soror can hand me, not that bottle, that bottle. Let me tell you something. I was going to get into this a little later because Skin Potions needs their own segment. But I'm telling you, this is the combination that you want, my good people. Costa del Sol Revitalizing Body Oil, created with passion fruit and Tahitian Manoi, if I'm saying that properly. Forgive me if I mispronounce that. But Costa del Sol. This oil and Rosundo Mateo Fruity Amber Exotic Musk number 8 stops time. This is a banging combination that you cannot go wrong with. And let me tell you, the oil needs no help. You can do this solo dolo and be totally fine because the sillage on this oil is magnificent. But when you combine it with this, it is a whole nother experience, and it does not take away from the chemistry and the build of the beginning, mid, and dry down of this particular fragrance, number 8. But when you combine it, it's absolutely stunning. Please, if you have either of these in your collection, combine them and get in the comments, and please tell me what you think, because they're absolutely outstanding. But I rocked this without the oil, and I was completely sold. I messed around and got this in the mail and just said, let me get it in the lab and see what I can come up with. It did not disappoint. So, Costa del Sol Skin Potion, Rosundo Mateo Fruity Amber Exotic Musk. Get into it. Now, Maison Francis Kurkdjian, we love a good fragrance from them. I know that one of my first niche fragrances was the Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. And I've tried some of their Silk Ouds, Satin Mood, all of that. But this, again, I'm not a freshie girl. I'm really not. But I wanted to delve into something, and I said, if I'm going to try fresh, I'm going to go with MFK. And Aqua Media Cologne Forte is outstanding. The sillage on this is unmatched. Aquatic, fresh, wonderful fragrance. Can be worn day or night, vacation, or just in the spring. It's a stunner. And the longevity with this freshie is outstanding. Now, I haven't killed it too much, but I haven't had to. The sprays last. I go in with at least 5 or 6 sprays at a minimum as a requirement with all of my fragrances. But this particular fragrance did not require a refresh, but I did carry the bottle with me because it's so small and it fit easily into my purse. But this is another freshie that is built to last, and you will enjoy it. So Aqua Media Cologne Forte, get your nose on it. Tell me what you think, but it is a definite bona fide freshie for the spring going into summer 2024. You will enjoy this. Now, we've heard the girls talk about the cherry fragrances. So Cherry Ambition, the 7 Virtues. Now, the good sis, AI the Great, talked about this. You can purchase this at Sephora. I love a cherry fragrance, and there's another fragrance that I purchased that I did a little combo that was another cherry, just to, kind of see if I can get some more longevity, because cherries tend to dissipate rather quickly if they're not built to last. But this one, without even layering it, works. So if you're looking for a cherry fragrance that you can layer to go with some of your other fragrances that tend to dissipate rather quickly, this at a wonderful price point is something that you should consider. I know several of the girls in FragCom have purchased this and others from the 7 Virtues. I only have Cherry Ambition, but I am closing in on the reign of cherry because this next one that I'm going to bring up is another outstanding cherry. I do have 𝐷𝐿𝐒 by 𝐔𝐇. And I hope I said that right too, 𝐷𝐿𝐒, yes. But that's another cherry fragrance that is outstanding. Decants for the ages, lasting long, sillage, amazing. I don't layer that 𝐷𝐿𝐒 with anything. I wear it on its own. 𝐔𝐇 knows how to build a fragrance. And I have another one in the pocket from 𝐔𝐇 that I'm going to share with you today for the spring. But that's an outstanding cherry fragrance. But Cherry Ambition, get into it, check it out if you want a new cherry that does last, and it's a little bit easier on the wallet, and it's available at Sephora. So, Fragrance du Bras, Siren or Serene, something, but Serene, I think it is, to be honest with you. Fragrance du Bras, Serene, another cherry fragrance. I believe this is the first fragrance that was built specifically for the ladies. Feminine, strong leaning, cherry fragrance. And I have to say that it is great. The Fragrance du Bois, sorry that I'm tongue-tied, it's been a week, but Fragrance du Bois does not disappoint with the packaging. You can see the outstanding coffin box, the pink, so they switched it up from the black, but the red staple inside. You have your crystals that are pink, which I love a good pink crystal. Yes, yes, for reasons that we should all know at this point, hence I'm wearing pink and green with my accents. But again, Fragrance du Bois, this particular fragrance, cherry fragrance, new release, is just outstanding. So get your hands on it if you can, smell it. But if you like a cherry fragrance that's not too heavily sweet and is done well with a musk, you would enjoy this. Serene, I believe I'm saying that properly now, Serene, but forgive me and don't tear this educator up because I am tired, and usually I go through all of my pronunciations, but I haven't done content in a while, so I'm trying to get you this information. But don't come for me unless I send for you, aka Can You More. Now, 𝐷𝐿𝐒. 𝐷𝐿𝐒 is one of the first niche houses that I bought multiple fragrances from. Hachivat, 100 Silent Ways, Oolong Cha, a wonderful tea fragrance, and Demi talked about Nerfs. And this particular fragrance is oud. It's heavy. It's evening. It's a standout. You can wear it in the winter. I just wanted to get it on rotation because I've had it for about 2 years and I never really got into wearing it. But I have to say that I enjoyed getting into the fragrance. And of course, being an incense oudy girl that's my profile, I could not get enough of this particular fragrance. And Nerfs is I'm trying to get some of this dust off, child. But this particular fragrance is outstanding. And if you can get this on the gray market, because it is a coin. I've seen it as high as $700. I've seen it as low as $5 and change. I don't even remember what I paid for this, but it wasn't $7, I'll tell you that. But nevertheless, Jomans Shop and other reputable gray market distributors do carry this. And I just have to say, for the record, for those individuals who feel as though they can't purchase things from the gray market, it always has to come from the actual house. Goody, goody for you. But for those ladies who are bougie on a budget, they love their niche perfumes, but they want to use wisdom, because you can smell good, but what's the point of smelling good and you in the dark in your house and can't see? So Jomans Shop, Fragrance Net, Perfume CA out of Canada. Those are some great gray market businesses that deal with authentic products that you don't get them and they're so out of date, they're going bad. I've had success with Gentleman's Shop specifically over and over and over again. So get into it. Nerfs by Nishane, deep evening oud incensey fragrance that does not disappoint. Definitely will sing in the winter months and maybe on a very cool evening in the summer if you're traveling somewhere where that type of weather lends itself as it gets cooler in the evening, but definitely more of a winter scent. I just wanted to get it in rotation, like I mentioned, because I've had it in my collection for a couple of years. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and pivot to some new purchases that I've had with a haul. So stay tuned.